And how were they going to complete the drill? Right? But what were they going to do with this sword? Okay, is that what everybody was doing? Did you all do the extended form? Did anybody do the short form? Okay, then did the extended form. Okay. Now, since we were doing the extended form, how many of you had trainers to block the blow? Right? But this wasn't the block as you strike drill, it's the strike as you block drill. This drill was intended to allow the trainee to complete the movement. Right? Not that the trainer was going to block it or do something else after they respond. Okay? So you have to keep track of what you're doing with which drill. Because you're allowed, again, this is all about, training is all about the trainee. That's what this is all about. This is about the training, what they do to the trainer. It's still all about the trainee. And then again, how many of you were watching the trainee? Did they keep their shield in the right position each and every time? Did they return the sword to the starting point each and every time? Did they return their feet if you were allowing them to move each and every time? All this stuff you have to keep track of because it's your job as a trainer. It's all about the training. Okay. So, what speeds were you going at? All right. Okay. Was everybody comfortable with that? So how many of you have noticed the difference now that you're in your armor? Quite a bit of difference. Because what's going on is inside that helmet, in between those two ears, is a combat computer. When you're trying to tell it, we're not fighting, it's going, yeah, we are. We're completely in armor. There's another guy standing here completely in armor, so I'm fighting. Sometimes it gets a little mixed up. Sometimes we speed up. Okay? Sometimes we will start trying to block stuff even though we're supposed to allow the trainee to complete things. And the drills sort of get muddled at first. And that's all to be expected. All to be expected. Now, for the last set of trainers, how many of you had trainees just get flying in the drill? Pretty much everybody? Right? Did your trainees do fun? Now, how many of you, now that you're in armor, when you were trying to do this drill, had lockouts? Started to do something and stopped, where you had trouble starting. You weren't quite sure where to put it this time. Okay? Yeah, and that's common. Again, you start doing these drills, the first couple of times, they're foreign. Then you get in full armor, and all of a sudden the onboard computer starts working on you. Okay, now you got another thing to deal with. Right? And it was one of those things in the last set of drills where Roger was telling me that it's timber. And I had to recognize that I had a problem with that idea. Because timber as an opponent affects him metal. And it did in drill form. So if you're drilling with someone, if you feel as far superior that you have an issue with, this is where you get rid of it. It's in these drills. Just an opponent, just a trainer, just a trainee. And why was that? Okay. All right. And that is one of the real advantages about the drill is that the trainee really doesn't know what the trainer is going to offer. You don't know. So when something's offered and you can't get to it, or it locks you up, like it did. All of a sudden, go back. Because now you've got an opportunity for improvement that you know. Now, if you can actually stand there and go in that real life, count that, pull it by, and I do it in combat, and I really like it. I get going. Like I can do this in combat. Now I can't do it. We're not even fighting. And you're going past. All of a sudden, you know what's back there or something. So, any questions about this drill? Its simplicity and its complexity. Pretty straightforward, right? Okay, I think there's about 22 of us, so let's go ahead and split up into, let's even the groups up as much as we can, split up into groups of 5, and we'll disperse people out. And then what we're going to do, once again, we're going to start fighting. Only we're going to start fighting using that board as a way to discern what's going on in the rainfall. You're constantly attacking in a straight line. You got to do close. And you're not doing offense and defense at the same moment, right? And it's one of those things where this is where it really starts telling you, and it really starts giving you just to make you find out what that's like.
Where did Magnus go? Oh.